Good morning, Internet land. And oh my, we have to have another little talk. So we're going to do a little rant today. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the podcast is late. So this is your early Christmas present before I work on the long form podcast, which is going to be long. And also just to get this off my chest. That's part of why I decided it was imperative for me to do a show like this. Because it doesn't matter if anybody's listening. If I don't verbally let this shit out, it will consume me from the inside. But I've noticed if I talk about it, it's like a pressure release valve. So that's what we're going to do today. Welcome back to We're All Dead and This Is Hell. The micro version, little mini version. Because holy shit, capitalism has its boot on my neck and keeps telling me to lick it. And I can't reach my tongue far enough. This one is rather specific to my job and people like me who do the same job. I have noticed a trend, a weird trend, the last year or so, which I'm sure is just a complete coincidence and not related to the uptick in fuckery we're experiencing in everyday life, let alone in kink-safe places. Hold on, I'm going to take this hair clip out because she's jangling. I was trying to be festive for work, damn it. As I was saying, there's a couple things that I've noticed. One is kind of just funny and slightly off-putting. And the other one is a big fuck you, hell no from me. So let's get into it real quick. Let's go with the funny first, because I feel like a lot of this podcast is probably just going to be me telling you a more in-depth way of how the world sucks. So I would like to occasionally include things that either give you a chuckle or make you smile or induce some sort of endorphins in your brain because holy shit, fuck knows we all need it. So before last year, I had never, ever in my 17 years of doing adult content creation and live streams come across someone who wanted humiliation about their politics. In the last year alone, the last year and 6 months or so, it's basically a weekly occurrence. It's died down a little bit, but I'm talking about people coming to me, somebody who offers female domination services online, of course, and asking me to humiliate them in different ways about the fact that they voted for an orange, tiny, idiotic, narcissistic, egotistical, dim-witted motherfucker. Like, they want me to shit talk them about this, which I'm not going to lie, every time it happens, it's a little cathartic. And it's one of the few ways that I actually feel comfortable taking money from those types of people. I don't know if any other sex workers have been experiencing this, but I have a feeling here and there they have, especially if they look like me. For those of you at home who have never seen me and have just stumbled across this podcast, I look like the stereotypical liberal. Now, I am not a liberal. I am not a Republican. I am not in the middle either. I am somewhere, I am some secret third scary thing that I haven't quite found a label for yet. But I have blue hair, bright blue hair, several facial piercings, several tattoos, and of course, the dreaded and often mentioned as an insult, apparently, septum ring. Septum ring theory. I do have to wonder about other sex workers who have a similar style and aesthetic to me. I would love to know or hear from other sex workers with a similar aesthetic to mine. Do you get these people too? Am I just blessed and cursed to attract these motherfuckers? Like I've gotten more of them than I have of people trolling me in my room because of how I look or the things that I choose to discuss on camera. And to the shock and awe of no one, two of the things I am very happy and fine to discuss while on camera, with my tits out no less, is religion and politics. No one's surprised. And I have gotten far more of these people who want to pay per minute for me to shit talk their political beliefs and voting history than I have anyone coming in my room with death threats or shit talk towards me. Which, not gonna lie, it's a little fucking surprising. That's not the effect I was expecting, but okay, I guess. Now, the second thing I want to talk about irritates me on a deep and spiritual level because I've seen it in every aspect of the kink space, and it's always existed within my industry, but the way people are doing it now is very convoluted. What I'm talking about is people injecting race unnecessarily into kink, where the skin color or the ethnicity of someone is the main focus. Editing Fonda here. People who are watching this on video can tell it's editing Fonda. You'll get used to her. Every time the hood goes up, it's editing Fonda. I got a little too irritated when I was recording this. So I kind of forgot to actually label the fetish, kink, whatever the fuck that I'm actually talking about. And that is race play with a heavy lean towards completely dehumanizing the person of color or Black person within said scene. That should help give you a little fucking context about of why I don't think it's a thing that should be offered as a service. Okay, let's go back to other me. Me personally, I don't fuck with that. Even if you are actually a person of color who wants to participate in some form of race play for whatever reason, I'm sorry. I just if it's not something I would do for free with another human being that I just wanted to fuck, then I'm definitely not going to do it for money. And I just, I've tried to look into the science behind it because I am one of those people who genuinely thinks every kink is just a little slight miswiring in the brain. It's something that along the line you were ashamed about or you were told was taboo. And what does the brain usually do with things like that if they can be taken into a sexual context? It turns them into kinks or fetishes. And like I said, a lot of this, and like I said, in a lot of the situations that I've encountered at least, the science portion is not that. Because these are not actually people of color or Black men. These are people masquerading as people of color and or Black men with the intent to degrade whatever race they're trying to cosplay as. And that chaps my ass, man. I eat ass, okay? I have done any number of depraved sexual things, all of which were consensual. The type of shit like what I just described And the type of shit I'm about to continue describing, because no, it doesn't just stop at random snow roach finance bros trying to talk like they are a black man with a 20-inch dick who wants to be degraded with slurs. No, no, no. It doesn't just stop there, folks. Oh, no. Oh, no. It doesn't stop there. No. The cuck, forced by, and sissy communities are all obsessed in the most gross and fetishistic way with black men's penises. And I'm trying to be real polite and scientific right now. It's bizarre. And check it, most of the time, their obsession does not come from feeling like said penis is superior and dominates them. No, it's this weird, oh my God, ultimate emasculation to be topped by a person of color or a black man. What? Listen, Linda, I understand that the racism in Caucasians from the mountains of Caucasus is baked the fuck in. I get it. I get it. Trust me. I'm from fucking Iowa. I was born and raised here. I completely understand. But damn, dude. This just, I had to get this shit off my chest. It is so fucking annoying that my block list on all the sites I stream on and all the sites I work on is filled with predominantly the two types of people I just talked about. The two groups of people who ultimately are just fetishizing the degradation of a race or races of people. That pisses me off, man. We should have flying cars, you know? Not the resurgence of fucking Nazis. We should have a cure for cancer. But instead, we've turned racism into a paraphilia. And if you have not seen one of my previous podcasts called Hey BB, which I hosted with a fellow sex worker, lovely human being, a paraphilia is something where it's a kink or it's a fetish, but it's done in a way that either hurts someone else without their consent or takes away consent from the situation entirely. Like, it's something that even the kinkiest motherfuckers who have their moral compass still intact, like myself, would turn their nose up at or just not associate with you over. That's what a paraphilia is. And in the year of our Lord, 2025, that's where we're at. And that is what is pissing me off today. It's Christmas Eve, by the way. I hope those of you who are celebrating or just hanging out with friends or family or whatever, I hope you have a wonderful day. Merry Crisis and happy Honda days. Satan bless us, everyone.